Alright, what up? So, prior to, I don't know, the last thing I did was I prepped the engine bay and all that for paint, but I was thinking there's a few things I have to do before I do that, because the car, I have to actually put it inside the garage for me to paint it, because I usually build like a little wall or whatever. So aside from me cleaning all of this up, which is all my extra RX7 parts, I have to like put that in the back. I think what I'm gonna do before that is I'm gonna take the diff and the fuel tank out, because I have to do it anyways, because my S5 fuel tank, which is right there, is, I just know it's gonna be cleaner, and I think I'll feel safer just to put that one on there, because I don't know, I think the main reason why I don't trust it is because this car had no gas tank when it was sitting all these years. I just put this one on there, so the inside of this is all rusted, and it sucks that I didn't take that little neck part out of my old one, so I have to take that one out and clean it up. But yeah, I'm gonna take the fuel tank out, take the T2 diff out, axles, and yeah, go ahead and replace it, because I have to do it anyways, so might as well do it now. Which actually, now that I'm looking at it, this tank actually looks in really good shape, aside from that little bump right there, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna take that out mainly because pushing this, because my driveway is a little bit of an incline, so I think pushing it would be a whole lot easier if it didn't have it. And since I gotta do it anyways, might as well just do it now, just to make things easier. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Wow, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these little screws, and then thing comes out. But look at that, this thing is rusted to hell, like completely. Look at you. This filter done, and the outside of the fuel tank looks really good, but fortunately the inside, I don't know if you can see it, but it is rusted to hell. A lot of rust. So I'm gonna have to take it out. I wish I had this piece right here so I could change that out too. But you can kind of see it right there with the light, but it's just shining down. But yeah, it's pretty rusty. Damn, look at that. My S5 wasn't that bad. Fuck. Alright, so just proceeding with taking it out since it's rusted. You gotta take this out, 4 screws, pops right out. And then this right here is really easy. It's just this little kind of wannabe clamp, which is just that screw, and then this clamp right here. And then it's a little tricky to take this out. You really have to force it to the left to clear the nozzle. And then when you take that out, you just got to release the 2, I believe it's 17 bolts that hold the strap, and that's it. Comes right out. So I'm gonna work on this right now. All right, so I am under the car, and this is the only issue this thing has. I don't know what this is, so I guess this is like a leak or something. I really don't know, but other than that, it's like surprisingly clean. But with all that rust, I'm not gonna risk it. But anyways, I gotta take the shield off. This is just like 4 10 bolts, or sorry, just 2 10 bolts. And right here, I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of dark, but it's 2 17s, and hold on, let me just confirm if I could get my thing in here. I believe yeah, I think it's a 17. Yeah, should be 217s right there and right there on that side. I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of dark, but once those two drop, this strap, you could just bend it. It's like some like really thin steel. It just bends down and it should just drop right down. And of course that is once you remove the nozzle from the top. So I'm gonna do that now. Alright, so I took the shield off. This is the shield to the tank. It's just 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4. Comes right out, and I took the two, it's actually 14, not 17, 14 inch, well 14 millimeter, sorry, not 14 inch, 14 millimeter bolts. And I put the jack just to sustain it, and it kind of should just like drop. I have to play with it a little bit, but let me see if I can lower it here. It should kind of just drop a bit. Yeah, it's dropping right there, and gotta push it a little bit. I don't want it to fall, so I gotta raise it up just a bit. It's stuck on this lip right here. See, I took that out. So I feel like, there we go. Sometimes you gotta push it a little bit, but that's it. That's pretty much the fuel tank. It'll just drop after those 6. Well, not including that. It's literally just 2, and yeah, it's dropping right there. So I'm gonna need 2 hands for this. So I'm gonna stop recording. All right, now I just gotta. These things just bend back. You bend these back here, and you could just bring it out. Just drop it all the way. Look at all that. Look at the size of that honeycomb, man. That's crazy. Jesus Christ. Thankfully, now I probably should have showed this, but I knew this one was empty. But you would want to. There's a 14 millimeter screw underneath here that you could take out to drain the fuel from here. You definitely want to do that before dropping it, because that fuel definitely adds a little bit of weight, especially if it's full like mine, like my other one. But damn it, I thought I took that out, but there is that. This is really long little check valve kind of thing. Gotta take that out. I'm about to take it off right now, and then it's out. All right, so it's out, and as you can see, looks to never be fooled by the outside, because outside is really good looking, but inside, man, this thing's just crystallized and rust. Probably just because the car sat without a gas cap and the water seeped through, and yeah, this thing's bad. Which, I mean, I wouldn't throw it away. I'd clean it up and then probably give it to somebody, but I don't have time for that. I'll just put my new one on there. Now I have to tackle the diff, so we're gonna do that. Should be fun. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is move on to the drivetrain. Actually, don't have much time. I have to work today, so I only got a few hours till sundown. So I'm gonna hit as much as possible. I thought I'll be able to get it done, but so to start, first thing that you have to do is, what I like to do is I like to, what is this, like a 14 on this side, 14 on the other side, is unbolt this. This is the end link to the sway bar in the rear. And what this does is it kind of just gets in the way. Once you take it out, you just like push it upwards just to move all of it out of the way. That's the first thing I like to do. And then after that, we're gonna move on to the axles. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. All right, so I took the link out. As you can see, this is where it was, and I kind of just pushed it up. Like I said, push it up. It's just a 14. Now I'm on to the axles, which there's 4 on each side. These are all 14s. I already got them loose. They're not. They're usually not that tight. So there's 4 here, and of course 4 on the other side. Now I actually have to remove the entire axle, so I'm gonna need a 32 for the actual axle nut. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Alright, I got the axle out. Got the 4 14mm bolts, as well as the 32-inch axle nut. And now I'm going to just take the lower strut bolt out. I believe that's like a 16 or something, I don't know, 14 probably. No, that's not 14, I don't know. But just take that out just so I could hit the other end with the mallet and just kind of take this out. You don't have to take this out, but it is very difficult to do it with it on. And I need to switch this out anyway, so I need to take it out anyways. So yeah, I'm gonna do that now. Alright, so I got both the axles out. This one was a little harder, so I actually had to smack the hell out of it from the other side. But they came out. So now that these are out and they're kind of out of the way, it's kind of up to your discretion if you want to remove these shields. I just like to be safe and just doing it, just because it could go either way, whether this diff is going to be a bitch to take out or not. But anyways, so right now, next step is this right here, which holds the cradle up to the cabin, or not the cabin, cradle up to the chassis. This bolt needs to come out. This is a 17, I believe. So it's also a good idea to right now have something to support here, because it is going to start dropping, I believe, a little bit. Even if it doesn't, this needs to come out because it's going to be in the way regardless. So this one, and then we're going to take these two braces on the side, but I'll show that a little later. Alright, so I got that brace out, and now the next thing that you want to do is remove this brace, which is holding the rear subframe on each side. So this one here is a 21-inch nut here and the 14-inch right there. You're gonna want to loosen this one up and not take it out completely, but just leave the thread just kind of like touching, maybe like two turns. And this one you want to take it completely out and just move it out of the way. And obviously do it the same on the other side, because this is essentially going to be the last thing that's holding the subframe up. So, which is why we're holding it with this little scissor jack, because then we're going to slightly lower it to expose the final two 17 bolts that are holding the actual diff. So I'm going to take this out real quick. Took those out. That's kind of how you want to leave it, like that. Just a little bit of thread, and then you're going to want to take these two out. 17mm bolts on each side of the diff. And then after that, the reason why this whole subframe is being dropped is because there's two, I don't know if you can see it, two 17-inch that are holding on to the front end of the diff, and the only real way to get to it is you got to slightly drop the subframe. So I already loosened these right here. So what I have to do is I'm gonna put the jack right here to support this, because when I take that out, even though it's probably not gonna, it usually doesn't just fall, because they're very stiff, I guess. So put the jack in, finish taking those out, and then we'll start lowering both this one and the jack at the same time to kind of even it out. I just hope it goes smooth, we'll see. Okay, so now that the 17s are out, what you're gonna have to do is lower both jacks kind of simultaneously, or just one by one, not evenly, to eventually drop the subframe a bit to expose. I don't know if you can see it, but there's two 17s right there. And I may need to lower it just a little bit more, but the one on the right I can get from here, but the one on the left is usually a little tricky. So I'll show what I did. What I usually do for that one is I just combine like 3 extensions and run it along here and get it from way over there with a very long extension, and usually that works. But after those last two are out, that's it. That's when you got to start finagling and lowering the diff. So I'm going to do that, and hopefully it'll come out easily, so we'll see. Alright, so I got one of the 17s out, and I kind of just wanted to show you how I do it because a lot of people have issues with this. So again, I just Frankenstein a bunch of extensions down to reach with a joint at the end. You don't need a joint, but it kind of makes it easier to just reach the one on the left, which the one on the left is the hardest one. So I just, you know, turn it with some, like a pipe or leverage or something, and I broke it loose. So I'm gonna take that last one out, and everything should be ready to go. And it's already kind of like lowering a little bit. So the most annoying part is prying this thing out, which I hope this one comes out willingly, but we'll see. All right, this one wasn't as bad as my GTU. It came out pretty easily. Just had to, oh, there you go, it's kind of loose. The back is still in, but it's pretty much out. Just got to get in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the brace on the left and right side back up, and I'm gonna put this back on because I'm gonna have to roll it, but it's gonna be a lot less heavier now. So I'm gonna clean out my garage. Well, I'll take this out, put the tires back on, or kind of fasten the frame, put the tires, clean out my garage so I could get it ready to roll in and paint the inside. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Not bad, not bad. And as you can see, it's out. Oh boy. By the way, this is like the original tag from like 2002. So that info is not mine, I don't care. So next, yeah, I'm gonna take all this out, see where it goes.